best friend, right? Fredo, you nigger. I didn't watch the whole movie, but like the dumb, whatever the fuck was there do or something. Who gives a fuck? Like, they're always like, it's your best friend walks you into the room, right? So like, where that fat guy just would have killed him like, beforehand, and then not went to LA until I was gonna go there and kill all those other niggas. Which I would. It's like rap war. You know, your squirt guns. Like, I'd go there with a squirt gun, big squirt, but then I'd also have like a fucking grenade, like roll it into Death Record. Like, guys, I'm here for my album, Suge Knight, the man that, like, I give him special attention. Oh, it'd be hilarious. And then roll up a grenade and like, I'm not a faggot. Fucking queer. I'm gonna queer bash Death Row Records. Yeah, I'm literally gay bash Death Row Records. It'd be so easy. Like, too bad they went out. That would literally be funny enough. Yeah, so like, being that I literally would have known how to gay bash Death Row Records by exploding the fucking building and, more importantly, successfully gay bashing Death Row Records and all of their employees. Successful. Yeah, I know I do that. So like, where are these people like even thinking about when they?
Oh, please give me a call. I want to talk.
That's a nice song. Relaxing music. So anyways, bitch audio, what's the cyber? Like, I forgot about that. Which one? Oh, Whitney. I forgot her name. Whitney Houston, you have a fucking hilarious problem. Hilarious one. Like, the actual one does, because she's like, like, they can't hear you. I'm not, it's like, it's funny. And then, like, this other one's still alive. And she's like, I will always, I'm like, I can hear you. I'm down. I just don't feel the same. Period. So anyway, like, I would say I'm gonna have a sandwich and eat one. I don't suddenly like sandwiches because it'd be convenient for me to, like, you know, walk away from the exploded building. I would always look at the building as well. Like, walk away from that. Like, that was fucking awesome. That time I saw one of those goddamn German self-propelled guns. I guess a 155 mm, like, yeah, national or some shit. And hit a building. It was like that black and white flare. History Channel is usually pretty thin. It's like, but at least it was like better than Hollywood Squares. So this was when I was like, they hit a building. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. I think it was, like, I'm not gonna lie and say it was a filmography. Like, yeah, look, whoever filmed it, yeah, good job. But like, it was excellent. Yeah, it was like nice. I didn't get like a hard on. I was like masturbating, like, oh, if only there were a way to, like, come all day. No, it was none of that. Like, Annie Letterman or was it Hypnotoad Whitney Pornstone here? Like, fuck off. Like, oh, that was like okay that Esther fucks dogs because she was hypno. Like, I don't care what these people do in their bedroom. I just don't want to be there with them. That is okay, whether it is with you or not. Like, yeah, so like, if I wanted like dumb floozies to do stupid shit too, like, I wouldn't even be on the game. I'd be busy doing that. It wouldn't be fun, so I just don't. Like, hey baby, why don't you come over? I'll clip your nipples with clothespins and staple your mouth shut across your face. Like, how's that hot? It's funny. Sounds fucking funny, but like, why would, like, I wouldn't get a hard on doing that. And then Andy later, you deserve to get molested. How'd you get in my house? I'd each be fat and fall down on them like a lamp or something. Like, oh, Andy. I don't get turned on like that. Like, those clips are enormous. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that shit. The actual shit falling down that cute. I just don't want to, like, if it was Annie Letterman, I'd never want to fucking that. Not like some faggot out in California. What's some queer Italian out picking grapes if you catch my drift out in California? Like Michael Franchese hand squeezes all the grapes that are included in the ingredients that Franchese slices pizza and nothing has grape juice in it. So he's always in the vineyard. Like, I assume he just said the high end of the credit bureau to shut it down. Yeah. That being said, I don't want to sloppy seconds for anything. Like, it's funny. Like, holy shit, he gets a high ladder. He's cyber this shit. Like, it's funny as fuck. Like, LMAO. Like, don't tell me when you guys RP Love Me Imagine. Like, like, yeah, LOL. Yeah. Oh, I love me. Yeah, nice. Anyway, like, I don't even want to fuck like your 21-year-old daughter, let alone this 39/F. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm like, right? Someone's gonna keep their visit Neapolitan pizza standards around here. Fuck's sake. Oh. Joe Rogan and this lady RPing like gay shit for years. Like, oh, this is so like awfully retarded to the point where it's hilarious. Like, I noticed that's why I was logging in. Do you think I was logging in to like I wasn't on here like to make money? Like, do you think I was on here because of the big dollars I was pulling down with my Second Life businesses? Like, no, I'm banned for the game because the Madonna fans got pissed. I said some consonants and they mass reported, and then they started calling my neighbors to let them know I'm a pedophile. My parents needed, like, you're gonna tell my parents I'm a pedophile. Like, what if they disagree with you? They never thought my parents would disagree with them that I'm a pedophile. That was the funniest part. I realized it's like my parents are gonna, but they fantasize that my parents are going like, oh my god, you get out of here, and like kick me out of the house. Like, they would, yeah. Those individuals, like, it's like, well, you must have an awesome sex life. It's just like, since it was so bad, why would I want to be a part of that? Like, your sex life must have been horrible. You spent the majority of your time trying to, like, incarcerate me for playing a faggy video game I never give a flying fuck about since second ever. Like, hilarious. People are corny. Where's that? What's his name? Phil Corndale. Phil Corndale's back. He's got some things to say. Smile. I don't give a shit. Thanks, dogs on Second Life. I just wouldn't like hang out with them in a Discord call. I don't want to like chat them up for a hot tub like time travel extraordinaire session. Thanks. If I knew like if Amy Schumer literally plays Second Life, I would talk to her over any of those cornballs. Like, just I don't want to cyber her. I don't want to bang her. I assume she has a boyfriend. Husband. Like, I would just chat with her. Like, oh hey, fuckface. Like, oh blah. Like, aren't these stupid pixels retarded? I assume be like, yeah, look at these fucking cunts, and I'd laugh and like, yeah, with my pants on, no dicks out. She could if she wanted. I don't give a shit. But like, you know what I mean? Not for me. Like with her, no. But like, I assume she's cooler than all of those other faggots, and she's not. I'm just saying that's how funny.
Speaking of the dreams.
Natasha Legario. I would not fuck that. It's supposed to be like America's top sexiest comics coming to your town. She's gonna take her fucking boob cleavage out, Natasha, and she's gonna tell you how like amazingly classist she is in her ways. Even on the internet, she will not put down her guard when it comes to classism. Oh no. She's like some cunt from the middle of nowhere, and she is gonna let you know that you can't shop at the same jewelry store as her. You can't. If you do, then she'll like ask how much money you make. And if it's more than her, then like she'll try to like that. Like if she can. Probably a lot of trial and error. So much. Huge net there. Just like casting those nets. Those competitive Hollywood nets. She got one. She landed what do they call it? Landing? Not a fucking plane or anything. Landing a house. Shit, like what? Like, oh, you got the boat or something? Nice. You get all the like seatbelts and shit come with it. You got all the stuff that you can get them on. You try to jerk off the jump. They pay extra for door lock.
Really?
What's up, you crazy people? She's like just I want you to fuck my ass. She's like masturbating on Second Life. A 49. The age doesn't matter. She looks about older than that, and then older than that, and then older than that. And then like she could be 16/female, and I don't want to fuck her. 16/female, and I don't want to fuck her. That was probably her peak age for looks. That's why I said that. Some girls do peak at age 16 for looks. I assume she was one of them, and probably like she thought it carried over in her 20s, and it didn't. Just everyone else around her was ugly, so it just kind of. Yeah, I wasn't around those places physically as probably would have made me ill. The point of me puking on her, which may have comedy wings improved her, blah blah blah. Like, who cares about that eyelash? That's the she's lame. I think she's boring. Pearl necklace, no color. Natasha Bedingfield. She'll role play it on Second Life with a lolly pants. Oh, Lolly, you really know how to Randy my McMuffin clip. It's just like, yeah, that's hot. That's wicked. A mentally retarded film critic that forgot to tell her friend she sucks. She's a cunt and make money, even though she doesn't know how to do any of those things I said. She does know how to shit out of her phone repeatedly, and sometimes blowjobs happen. Chick, like, boring. Chick's boring. Claw, clawing to the top. There's no top, there's no thing. She's not even, so fucking jungle.
All you hear is jazz music in the background. Best mouth over there don't have anything to say.
She wants to, like, rape kids or something. Like, have at it. Have some kids. Have some kids and rape them to touch. That's what most people have them for, apparently.
Talk about her asshole. Listen, like her ugly
And she drinks shit.
all day. So it's black.
And Natasha, like, Swill, not on TV, but the actual, like, Swill. Fucking cunt.
She's gonna tell Josh to fuck her in her diaper box. Give me a diaper box.
Jealousy of any of this is my problem. It's not. All is her. Like, who cares? I already knew that. What, you want me to narrate this some more?
Yeah, you're the
Special on how much she sucks in the head of someone else. Like, she already tried that on like, more. I could make it so it's good and then actually about her and then she, like, yay, money. Like, put Natasha's with the dollars trying to catch the money. Like, whatever numbers on the thing that's enough for where she can do that. It's what's the difference?
It's like he's the easiest one to hold up to get a sleep guard now.
These people are literally, like, what do they do? They're like, hey, serious on your weird biker gangs on Second Life. Yeah, biker gangs on Second Life. Like, the ones in real life are complete fucking facts. You know, like, stab them in the fucking face immediately. Like, who cares? Or their Facebook. Like, a biker would be like,
Your reputation.
plow. And just stab your neck. And be like, what? And then stab their neck. Like that.
Dude, if you have a, did you have a bathroom?
Then you literally say plow. And then they're bleeding. Yeah.
What do you think?
Like, and do that. But like, I did it, and I'm like making fun of them. I'm fully enjoying the moment. Yeah, I know how to enjoy the moment. Being that, like, how would and do you think I want to deal with some fucking 39/F? So like,
You would say this.
hey, I don't know, like transgender. It's like it's like, I'm not even gonna rip off UHF. Like, underwater bingo for teens. That was like a fapping thing she did in her kid's Second Life. I would assume virtually high five, not judgmental. It's like all that stuff. I'm sure it's fun. I just choose to do that with a person of my life. Yeah, whether you feel like you want to do that with me now and prior, you're windows on the car, you kind of violent, predator, sex offending. Like, all these things, I think it's compliments. I love it. Like, it's not hot, it's not sexual, it's not turn on, it's not always like, oh, so bitches are like literally on Tinder a lot. Like, Tinder date, not go well. Like, that's literally like when chicks would get grouchy online, which is every fucking second. I'd literally be saying that. You're like, remember? Be like, oh, I know I was bringing up Tinder. Like, LMAO. I wasn't even trying it. Stupid lives. I just assumed they were having poor Tinder dates. Or when they were. Like, years-long Tinder dates. Like, on Tinder, you're supposed to just fuck the person and kick them out of your fucking window. Like, hopefully face first, they land at like a pool of acid, you know, outside, and then you're like, oh, I forgot to put the acid in it, but there's crocodiles, and then you're hungry, and the person just like dies on the concrete, the crocodile just sit there like, whatever. Like, yeah, that's how boring about happy people drink. It's not even like, I'm not gonna spend effort to make it like fun if I'm gonna murder somebody. It's retarded. Then it's a try hard shit. I'm not a fucking comic. I'm in here like that. I'm so corny. They like challenge myself to combat sports watching, and then they take like trade kick class after. Fuck you.
weaker than dreams.
And then Whitney's like, like this chick's a fucking cunt that isn't attractive. Bottom line. I don't hate her. There's no hate and stuff. I don't lay down. It's cunts. I don't. I'm not do that. I have in the past. I never made it a habit. And like they try to like cleverly disguise themselves. Like chicks have been just trying to disguise themselves long before. Like I was never online to chat with women in any other way. Anyway, other than like cyber or just regular chat, etc. It's all regular chat. But like, you know what I mean? I never thought like, oh hey, the internet must be teeming with viable, hot chicks. That'd be so cool if I got one in real life for extended periods of time. No. In fact, I was often took a year and a year from '96 on, like from the internet, where I'd be chatting was often like locally to the contrary of all of that. Like there's literally shit on here. These cunts are fucking retarded, but not like in an insult way. I'd be giving them like shit, like, hey baby, why don't you like fucking turn that frown upside down? And then they wouldn't because their Tinder date would go bad. They'd say, it's your fault. It's like, I didn't tell you to go on Tinder. I didn't tell you to go fuck niggers. Like if some bitch walked up to me on second, I was like, I think I should like fuck like black people. Or no, brown skinned people. I'd be like, well, like, who? Like, why? Like, what? I'd be like, probably not. Like, and then if she described, like, Kerry, I don't know his last name. And with football, I know, like, Marino, Montana, even Brady's a pedo. I still know his fucking name. You know what I mean? Like, Townsend, like, I still brand recognition. I don't live under a rock. I have no idea who Kerry fucking, it sure wasn't Kerry football. No one was calling him Kerry football. I can guarantee you that. He was like prancing around, like, "Hey, where are the girls? Do they see my dick and my jeans yet? Like, do you wear jeans on the field? Was he wearing Movado jeans on the field, trying to get more chicks to notice him prancing around, like missing his assignments left and right? He just wanted like playing time so he could get laid. Like, it's good if he did. It's just like that's not a team like player. Like, what the fuck are you doing on the football field? You know, literally killing yourself on a fucking basement. Like, with anything. Like, how about like slow motion with like Mary Robin Gibbons or something, like a cliche like that, like a Whitney Cummings? Do I look like a fucking pussy ass Mike Tyson getting KO'd by like Gibbons? Said 4 words and like Mike got overwhelmed. He like left hooked me or something. And he probably did. He should have with her. He should have fucked her up and her mom. But because Mike Tyson is such a pussy, oh yeah, the savage Mike Tyson sitting there like, oh, Robin, I'm sure. Like he was married in real life to her. He wasn't talking shit to her over the internet. Like people forget. I've never met Whitney Cummings in real life, and I don't want to. I'm online. I've been online this whole time, just talking facts at her. That's been pissing her off for probably like. Like that's good, but like I wasn't here for your spiritual fucking journey and sidecarring with you fucking cunt. I've been kind of doing other things. You're just sitting here like, oh hey, in between like sucking 5'3" midget frog dicks and etc. Like I'm good, completely good on that. Like I will chat on the internet since 19/mail. I would be anyway. It's not you, it's me. Yeah, literally. Oh, a boring slut. Like, literally boring slut. Like, you think I'm gonna get up and put on a new album this second just because of, like, it turned off? And, I guess, when the music turned off, I better, like, no. What's it like? Completely boring. There's no hate. It's just kind of like, yeah, no. Even somebody as mentally challenged as Chris D'Elia would realize, holy fuck, he's not gonna bang her. Like, yeah, he would love that too. Don't get me wrong. Oh, yeah. The entire time, I do remember mentioning some of those faggots. She didn't take it seriously. It's like, you don't have to take it seriously. It's so true, though. Like, I'm not even serious about it. I think it's funny. It's like she didn't think it was true. It's like, oh, you need to take this seriously. So then I was, no, it's just like, oh, that's facts. Like, because something like, you know what I mean? I'll laugh at like,
so everybody, you're not talking to a bundle of tablets. tablets.
Oh, you're going to bed? It's early in the morning. You should be waking up. You'll get ready to work.
Yeah, you gotta call
Unless you're
me.
on night
Precious.
shift.
I'm literally like typing in your brain. It was like
Unless she's on night shift.
Everyone you call on,
If not, then you have no job and you're 42.
uh,
You have no job and
Like,
you're 42. And you're
like
American.
I'm not him. Like
Listen,
why is
America,
39?
in America,
No,
you
I'm
need 40 hours of work minimum.
I'm not ageist. It's just when they're getting plastic surgery, the fuck niggers. Like I'm good.
Is important.
It's like what? Oh, the Ghostbusters come out. It's the best. Yeah. Not from me. I just think it's funny.
Remy?
Ryan, I think you sound like a white person.
The green screen is gonna be pretty good. It's gonna smooth out some of the stuff. Yeah. Yeah. What am I supposed to not listen to jazz because sluts? Like I don't give a fuck. There's no partition because it's not the same. Like one retard and plus one retard, yeah, equals two retards. Same value. More than that. So when it comes to Kerry, he's not Kerry football, but Kerry Dot. Like, hey, I'm gonna NFL it so I can buy turtlenecks. Like, he probably fought tooth and nail for like higher contract prices so he could afford like clothing. He was trying to buy clothes and pants, turtlenecks and pants, so he could go out, so ladies would see him. And if they didn't know, it's like he had to get a watch or something, right? Sparkle. I mean, no, I don't fuck chicks that fuck that because they're salmon. I've been on Second Life making fun of apparently the same retards because their salmon story wasn't working out for them, I guess, and so they found time for Second Life. And it's like, hey, we're so cool, salmon. I was like, where, how? And then I twiggered. Suddenly it's like almost just about helicopters. It almost got like Goodfellas where there are fucking helicopters flying around and shit, which I would have laughed my nuts off, mind you. And if there were, I just assumed like shit flying over. I didn't get tired. Oh my god, just people flying shit around, like whatever. It's Air Force Army. So like, yeah, I was like, wow, man, like, who cares? Fucking say like, woo, pull over, like fuck you, and shoot up your gay cop car with your own fucking like rifle that I got at your house after I murdered your family. I'm like waiting for you to come to work. Yeah, like what am I like a retard? Like, you fucking asshole. I only like get down with like down ass broads. Like I haven't really come across it. Not yet, anyway. No, I have not. No, I have not. If anyone were thinking that much. Not even looking. I was never really looking. It's just like looked like if I came across. Anyway, it's like a set of the forget it thing. So anyway, like, yeah, like, I'll chat online. Like, I told this bitch 2 years ago, like, look, I'm gonna be online anyway. Chat, like, what's the, like, oh, when I get to email. So, like, shrugs, like, who cares? Look, if there's a Miles in the house, I can re-hook you up with a bargain basement. Like, there's a Kerry Kerry Underwood, not Underwood. Underwood is like she can sing it. The Kerry like NFL can't like complete their assignment for the Patriots football team. Like, they had to have like, yeah, thanks for the so the Jets like Rumpus playing the most. Thanks. It's probably that. He's like, hey, their chicks are. If I knew that motherfucker was annoying one at that time, I would have like got him. Probably, maybe not. Like, I might have bothered. Like, how close? Like, where Foxborough? That's not far. Like, I've done Foxborough before, or like where Sharon or surrounding towns and shit. I went out with a bitch from Attleboro once. I know my way down there. So like while Whitney was trying to like write letters to Aaron Hernandez while he was in prison, like I was on here like sitting there like making fun of these stupid fucking pedophiles while they were accusing me of their own behavior, like classic gaslighting projections from Hollywood.
Oh, yeah,
We're
that's
kind of
terrible.
like the whole sense, all over the place, Hindywood, all that shit. Wild out there.
What the hell you doing up, Brian?
Cultured Whitney's like, I will completely handle business here. We got the mafia on my side. Oh, if I fucking do that, then, oh my god, I probably would. Like, it's like Chris Delio. It's like, what was Chris Delio, lieutenant in Mafia Squad on Second Life? Like, that's a lieutenant you're talking about, and they're all cops. Yeah, they did that too. Fucking mafia, they have the cops groups and shit, which well, basically just like real life. Nonetheless, gay, all gay, yeah. Like I wasn't doing that. I was just like chatting about how gay all that shit was, and then the faggots doing all the gay shit got completely triggered to the point where they dedicated their lives to having like he's a troll and he deserves to live under a bridge. I'm not even a fucking troll. And there's no way. I literally like kill your entire genealogy before I lived under a bridge based on anything.
Who's awake?
To do anyone ever. Like, are you retarded? Like, yeah, like I'll play. Like, oh, we don't play like you. Me neither. Like, let's fucking kill you, magician. And then, God, not your mom. I'll take her out to dinner and we'll laugh. And
Where's the video?
Like, her mom's all over. If her mom's still alive, I could literally murder that magician. And then go
Is it that not mom?
Be like, you're a fucking shitty mom. Like, you know your daughter's dead, right? Like, if you raised her better, like, she'd still be alive. I only came to tell you this because I know you don't care. Cheers. And then fucking spit in her face. Push her face first back on her chair so she's falling her back and just like step over her and walk up. Magician's mom. Literally. I would kill her. The magician's mom, not my wife. Just born bitch. She's not gonna have any more of those anytime soon. Like I would if I had like some kind of like if I had food stuck in my teeth, yeah, I would have fucking killed that magician's mom like right out there. But if there's nothing in my teeth, I'd probably like why would I? Yeah. Yeah, I know how to literally do that in real life while making fun of that thought process while literally doing that. Yeah, that's funny enough. Yeah. Oh, for me, yeah. Like I'm not into like the comedy. Like that's like I like funny, good and fun. Covers both, checks both boxes for me. But like the try hard thing, I don't do. I'm not gonna like like no. I'm not some try hard mafia saying where it's like oh like no, it'd just be like I'm gonna happen to whatever. Like and I've had odds of things way more. Yeah, like what are the yeah, and nothing to do with SL shit either. Like just yeah, that's nothing to do there. Not like every second of every whatever, but like so like look, like there's no reason like these broads can't just like chat. I'll find them all. Like they have Tinder and they still can't like find enough salmon. Like what is the problem? Tinder. It's like guys dressing up as chicks out there, literally. Like they're safe. Like the doctor from that hospital show, the doctor. That looks like a girl, just so you know. Like that was a bred female because so many pedos were like we'll like be pedos and we'll shop these. It's like the circle of pedo life, and so chicks are on that because they're. It's hilarious. Like, hey, I'm gonna be your doctor. I'm here to save, rescue, and heal you. I am Dr. McSteamy, was it? And then people on television call it, it's Dr. McSteamy. It's an imaginary character. We quiet down Dr. McSteamy, he's about to take out a stethoscope and not fuck anyone. Awesome. Like, no, I don't watch this shit. Why would I? I don't fantasize about it. Like, I find this entire planet corny, and I love the fact that literally one day, it's like literally not going to be. Yeah, it's like that. It's not because like the one thing saying, oh, there's plenty of other ones you people don't want that are no longer around. So you're the soulless, heartless faggots. You know how many planets and shit that used to be around aren't even whatever to breathe. Okay. Like it's probably almost it's expanses, and they don't even think like the Earth. The climatologist is like, okay, Like, how about you stop raping your kids and don't worry about the atmosphere after that? Maybe that would. Like, we'll just focus on the stratosphere and cumulonimbus clouds, and then that way all the pedophiles, while you're looking there, they'll just fuck your kids, I guess. But good. And, like, people, like, what is it? People's obsession with kids. People are either trying to have them or fuck them or both, and I don't really talk much about that, but when I do, like, coughs a wing out. That being said, I'm still not, like, bagging this bitch, and, like, what I said is true. Like, yeah, why would I bag Whitney? She fucks, like, shitty, like, scrubs in the NFL. What do you think? This is a Cameron Diaz movie? We go the Fur fan. I hated that fucking movie. I saw, like, pieces of that. I wouldn't have dated that chick. I don't care if it's Cameron Diaz. Eat shit. I've always been a Raiders fan, or what the fuck. I hated that fucking movie. What was the name of that? Everyone liked that. I forgot about that piece of shit. Something about fucking scabies or something. Oh, what an awful movie. Oh, I never watched the entire thing. The pieces that I saw, I fucking despised. Oh, that was beautiful. I completely forgot about that movie too until now. You pieces of fucking shit. Oh, man. So anyway, this lady probably thought she was in a liberal life by that dial within the Notebook. No parts of that. What over it? Something about Mary. Sure. Oh, if like they were like how come there wasn't like characters with guns in that movie? And they just like it was like if something about Mary or like a side plot of Predator 2 and like a bunch of cars just wipe out with like laser guns and that fucking Predator. The Predator plate, I guess. It's like a sharp plate. It was flying and cuts off like all their heads or something. And it's like, wait, what? It's like Predator 2 breaks out, and that was like shit like that. I would not watch something about Mary. No. The pieces I saw thoroughly disgusting. I got like cum on his face. So my dick's in my zipper. Like that's not funny. Why don't you just go pay the girl to kick you in the balls? Like I don't want to get fucking weirdo. I'm supposed to take a date to this? Oh, let's dip our toe in the water of ball kicking? No, thank you. I'd rather just fucking punch you in the face. Take your pearl chain thing and then jack off on the girl next to you. That's hopefully your friend there to make sure it's safe. Give her a pearl necklace of value, which she would know how to use because it's dry and she would feel the something. And then literally, I will intentionally like fumble the pearls so they drop all like stupidly. It's supposed to be like, oh, pearls dropping. I hate pearls and how they fall. They're boring. They just drop. Like that's good. And like so, everyone in PETA has pearl necklaces. Don't ride elephants. Buy pearl necklaces. Artificially inseminate fucking oysters with sand so it irritates them. So they just sit underwater with no limbs. They fucking costume jewelry for ugly cunts trying to salmon their eggs for some more of that. Like, you people are literally disgusting and boring. It's just awful that you even have the ability to like procreate, and the fact that you do literally leads me to believe that it might be a joke for me. Like this might just be like, you know what I mean? Because I know like God, God has a very good sense of humor. Oh, Corey, the like sense of humor is there. Oh, it's so good. No, it's there. It's like like I'll touche that motherfucker stuff once in a while. Touche that, like yeah, it's like yeah, it's pretty. I don't know if bad it is, but yeah, it's funny when I bother. But like yeah, no, I'm not an employee of that. I'm not under that. I'm not just chilling. Like, you don't think God would find trannies to be fucking hilarious? And then you got like pedos, like they're going to hell. Like, no, they're not. They're fucking like they're getting laughed at, but like it's not like that serious. God, they're like, okay, what happened? What's the origin? The origin story is the best part. They skip the trannies always skip their hilarious origin stories. It's like, oh, they popped out of their mom's cunt and then chopped their dick off. Nothing else happened. Or they're like, forget the vagina. I'm gonna sew it up and get a fucking put a helmet on their head. They think it's a penis and they drive around motorcycles, lesbian. Like I would literally like find them bored. What sex? No thank you. Like you smell like burlap bags. It's probably been out in the rain for a long while, and your cats probably get molested on a regular basis. Like that, I don't go into most lesbians, so even if offered, obviously not often too often. Were I to be, it'd probably be like, Would you accept like a brick through the window instead in place of me? Like, would that work? You can pretend the brick is me. Just leave it. You can set a place at your table for me, and the brick will just be there. That's funny enough where I would do that to Natasha, but like I'm not going to go to California to bother. If she lived down the street from me or something, like yeah, probably. Then again, I still wouldn't bother. Like, oh, then like no. If I happen to be for some reason like whatever, like, yeah, then yeah. But not like, oh, I think I'm gonna go. No, it'd be like her for her. Like what? No, she's probably napping. She's probably napping. I don't want to disturb her. She'll be grouchy. She'll be grouchy and go into like a 20-minute boring tirade about stuff that I wouldn't listen to and find literally. Oh, like if I want to know what it would sound like to be in a marriage that's terrible, I would call up Natasha. Like, just say anything, baby. Say anything to me. Whisper your sweet sorrow nothings into my ear so I can laugh at your fraud of the life, like marriage, like that. You think I want to fuck that? You think that gets my dick? No, like there's a way where like a down ass chick can role play a sad ass cunt like that. Like I would have to literally like modify the entire thing, and oh, it'd be yeah, I know how to make that hot. Not like with the act. Oh god, no, it would have nothing. Wouldn't even be recognizable? You know what I mean? Like no, it would have nothing to do with that bitch. Probably. That chick is literally like corny. It's like I'm just gonna sit here and hopefully notice. My name's Natasha, and I am going to move like this, isn't it? In this manner with my tits out. Like, I'm going from memory. Like, it's been a while. Never saw it special or anything. You definitely have heard that on talk at some point on that retarded flashy screen. What's it called? Flashy screen for your kids. Yeah, fuck you. I wouldn't cyber her. I would literally cyber some 16-year-old from Hoboken, New Jersey that has no aspirations for Hollywood corndom on the computer that Natasha Bedingfield, like whatever she feels like her strongest year was, looks-wise, looks and personality-wise, whether they match up or not. Take the best of both. Don't even average them. They'll be like that, and still, I'll take the 16-year-old, and yeah, and you know how I feel about fucking 16-year-olds? Like, they're not that hot. I could, like, there's nothing like, there's a way where I could fuck a 16-year-old in real life and come. I'm sure of that. Yeah. Why not just fuck someone that I already think is, like, hot, though? Rather than, like, oh, I got to imagine that you're in another outfit. I'm not going to, like, pretend they're older. It's a 16-year-old. It'd be like, I'm not going to cheat you out of this shitty experience. But for, like, I'd be talking to myself, and that's what would make her shitty for her, because she'd love it. And I'd be like, I'm just doing this, like, a therapist told me to do this exercise. And it's like, oh, you're in the mirror, I'm staring into it. I'd be making fun of, like, 16 different things at once with my dick and some broad that I don't care about, Aries Luna. Sure, like, why not? It wasn't all that with Aries Luna. Like, I could have like retroacted that with her. It was like I had some laughs. It wasn't that. That wasn't why though. You know, it wasn't why. It wasn't like that. It was I did laugh at her. It wasn't like I'm gonna sleep with her and laugh at her. No. Not even 1%. I'm just like it was literally like, well, I'm here. Like fuck it. Basically, that was basically it. And then all these Madonna fans got pissed. I was like, I told that chick I didn't want to even date her, and she wanted to fuck anyway. So, like, what do you want? Like, I told her I had no interest in pursuing any kind of romantic relationship with her before my cum even, like, came out of my penis. It did sometimes. It did. I was like, I'm not leaving this place without fucking coming. At least the bitch is trying to fuck me. She's ugly. She's not attractive, like, sexually. It wasn't just her looks. So I could have just, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, you do. So, like, her personality was completely, if anyone thinks fucking a rice cracker that's able to wear, like, leather if you wanted to say stupid shit is hot, like, have at it. But, like, it's not. It's a fucking rice cracker. It's a rice cracker saying corny lines. Like, no, like, it's not the real Koi. I don't want that shitty song. So, yeah, like my experience with Aries Luna, I don't even count as one. She had an experience with me, and I hope it damaged her. I do, even though it didn't. I hope she walked away completely devastated at the fact that I was just like, hey, like,
Said anything.
see you around. Like, why would anyone be devastated by that when they outlined in great detail prior? Like, hey, yo, like, I'm not going to be even entertaining the thought of like a sit-down mafia-style relationship with your retarded ass dog ever. Now, if you want to be friends, like an associate of mine on the computer, scabies one, like that shit she heard. And then she's like, what if I throw in like some threesomes in real life with chicks? Yeah, she knew better. She wasn't like, hey, I'll invite Steve. She knew better. She did not even think about fucking doing that. She did. She wasn't like, hey, you know what'd be hot? When that chick was trying to get me to go to her house in real life to like move in and never leave, Aries Luna, I fully assume. Because like her selling points were like threesomes with a chick. She wasn't like, oh, you don't like Steve, then we'll get what's the bitch's name? Heather, PA Heather. She had a fucking shit. I don't know if that was Whitney's other assistant or not. Like, I don't give a shit. I could have fucked those hoes. And definitely, if I started like taking them like what they thought were serious, I'd still be bagging them and talking about like shit. Whitney, like, there's 2 of your assistants have been on my dick since 2013. And I've literally been telling them that it's for no other reason than I find it hilarious. I'm not that into them, and they just enjoy my company. They're still here. It would be that, literally. Yeah, hi, Emily. And no, I don't want Emily like that. I really were such a boring ass monkey. Like, oh, easily. Like, sex with her it wouldn't even count. It wouldn't even be that. It'd be like, oh, is this okay, Emily? And I'd be making fun of her. She wouldn't even know. She'd be like, oh, this is perfect. I'd be like, oh, that's great, Emily. The last thing I want to do is mess up your beautiful hair. Just promise me you'll never change, Emily. Your hair. Just don't move a fucking follicle. And I'd puke in her soul, and it'd be beautiful. It'd be like, so not what she'd be looking for that evening. You see, like, I know what a girl wants and what a girl doesn't want. That one, yeah. I know what I'm doing. Too bad Whitney doesn't. Emily face. Like, who cares? Chick is not like sexy or anything stuff. No. Rack's alright. Like, but not really. It's like a almost like wearable rack for her. It's like, yeah, okay, at least she's got tits. They're there. I don't want to look further and see how whatever. It's like, who actually gives a fuck? I assume if she were like, does she swallow? The fact I'm asking if she swallows should indicate exactly what I think of her. And fuck, like, you know, exactly. Does Emily swallow? Like, I don't fuck with girls where I'm asking questions like this. Ever. Like, say what you want about Scabies Luna, but by all means, it's funny. I'm just saying, that chick, I wasn't wondering if she swallowed before I went there. I wasn't like, oh, she's definitely gonna suck my dick. I didn't give a shit about that. It wasn't even, it was like, I basically figured, and if not, it would have been completely fine. It's kind of, I got assumed without thinking about it. That's what it was. I completely assumed she was gonna want to do all that stuff without actually thinking about it. It would have been 100% okay if she did it. I would have loved it if she did it. In fact, if she would just sat down for a civilized cup of coffee, like, I would have been fine with that. Like, nice, tell me more about your boring bra and your shitty underwear, because it's not hot. Aries Luna. Yeah, Aries Luna underwear. Like, chicks would know exactly. Yeah, it's that. Like, yeah, it was that.
Oh my god.
No, it wasn't full of poop or anything. It was like chicks not being hot, and she was like just turned 30. Like, yeah, with Facebook, and she was very into fashion on the second life, like very into that whole jive, man. And it was not what I was looking for. And it was not what I was even thinking of in my life. But Whitney, apparently, she was like, come on down. Come on down, and you need to be the next contestant on The Price is Right. Like, just get your vagina out and masturbate, because girls got it going on. And then literally these people wonder why, like, I haven't stuck my dick in anything since that. She had moles all over her fucking back, and they were not tattoos. And yeah, I'm pretty much, I've been keeping that at home for a while. So, which is fun, because I don't get, like, I'm not entwined with people like that. I just, it's one thing talking shit to them on the internet that happens to me true all the time. Et cetera, yeah. But like actually like laying down in an actual real bed with like a chick that's retarded is not anything I even come close to entertaining and like, you know what I mean? Like I'll role play it if you want. I'll know how to make it hot, honestly. It'll just be like I don't have to. Oh, it'll be like 9 feet, so the dishes, whatever it is. Like I like that, and I do that. And then if there's something else, like oh, you know what else would be sweet? Sometimes I'd be like, oh fuck yeah, like shit like that works. Nonetheless, it's not reliable. So where I'm secondly, it's like some chick that was like, oh, I'll role play with NFL in real life. Like, cool. It's just not, and it just doesn't get my dick hard, like at all. So like, essentially, no, it's like not even a little bit. It's like nada. Like that's hard to do. Like, you have any idea? Like Aries Luna pulled it off in real life. Pun intended. It was like you suck. Like I just wasn't enjoying the company. Is what that came down to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I literally was not enjoying Aries Luna's company. Like, I've laid down with chicks who were like boring that I was like, I will just be able to do whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Bust a bunch of loads. Like, because it's like, yeah, I know what the sex is. I'm not saying these chicks were entertaining. It's just, it wasn't this Aries Luna sideshow of hilarity. And that's exactly what that was. That's exactly what it needed to be. Because otherwise, what was I going to do? Settle down with Aries Luna? Like, how the fuck would that happen? She had kids, allegedly, that I refused to meet. So, like, out of the gates, I was like, okay, so you're a single mom. I refuse to meet your kids because there might be pedophiles out there that will touch them. And I don't care. Essentially, I just don't want them around me. I don't want to watch pedophiles chase our kids around. I'm just trying to not watch the game because football's gay. Like, whatever. Trying to chat on the internet. It's like there's pedophiles out on the front line staring at the kids from another marriage. I wouldn't be in a house, let alone listening to that sentence in real life, unless it was some chick just. That's hilarious. Like, yeah, I wouldn't like. I'm not Bill Burr. I don't. I guess Cyber wasn't enough. His wife wasn't enough. Cyber wasn't enough. Vanilla Sky Mask were enough. Like, why doesn't he just literally like learn how to enjoy drinking? He loves drinking so much, so he claims, and yet he never likes it. He just sits there like, "Grr, I'm gonna masturbate or something." Like, there's a new group on Second Life Whitney made for me. Grr, fap. And it didn't satisfy him, so he called the police on me. Like, and he's supposed to be funny. Like, he is. He just doesn't understand how and in what ways. And to me, yeah. Like, no one finds Bill Burr funnier than me. Period. Like, guaranteed. It's like, yeah, he just has no idea. It's not for any, like, I haven't seen his specials or anything. I don't know. It's just, oh, yeah. I guarantee you I find him funnier than any of his, I'm not a fan of his at all. In fact, I'm just saying, like, oh, I find him technically funnier than any of his fans. Nothing to do with like any of his own doing. It's just like, oh, that guy? Oh, my, just like, yeah, start laughing. He has a helicopter. He flies when he's not jacking off on Second Life to customize avatars. So, like, with Whitney's experience, like, with the Nintendo Power, like, whatever the fuck they're doing on here. Like, it's none of my beeswax. I just recall laughing at all of it for about 8 years on here. And, like, whenever I'd laugh too loud, they'd call the police. Like, we're going to tell your parents you're laughing at us. Like, okay. We're going to get you fired from your work. Where do you work, you son of a bitch? You're like, okay, you're going to get me fired from, like, I worked for, like, my dad for, like, years. And they're like, shit, they're going to call place of employment. My dad. And that chick already would have known where I worked anyway. That was a funny part, basically. So it was like a bunch of queer posturing to, like, no effect. Like, and for what? So she can sit there and, like, go down on some fucking fat-faced Midwestern piece of shit who's, like, mom thought she was hot back in 1963. Like, I would have assassinated her mom, like, the day before she had Annie. If I thought, like, time travel where, like, literally there's nothing else to do and the DeLorean was just sitting there. It was like, well, done everything else. I guess I'll kill Annie Letterman's mom in 1963 and tell her that she's not hot first, and that's why. I would do that. I would. That is like so funny enough to do. If there was a DeLorean parked in my yard right now, like and if it did all the gay shit from the movie, magical car, whatever, I would get in the fucking thing. I would go back to 1963, and I would fucking kill Annie Letterman's mom before she had Annie, like years, well before. Right? Like Annie looks old. I don't think she's born like after 463 or something. Yeah, so I assume I just picked 63 arbitrarily. Like it's like she's what 30 something, so close enough. So it'd be like, how old was her mom at 60? Like you're gonna die, bitch. So it wouldn't even be like I guess the year before. Like that isn't always important. Like in that instance, but like the car, the weight, but like I'm talking about a magic car, fucking autistic. So anyway, like yeah, and then I kill her mom because she was 16 and not 17 and ugly. And I'd forget why. Like oh yeah, Annie, and then she'd be sitting there like what the fuck? Because I'd be dressed in the exact same clothes they wear from 1963, same haircut, same everything. Like, yeah, and then like if there were a button in the car to make it look like a 63, whatever the fuck, old family mobile. Like, hi, I'm here from the future to tell you you're fucking ugly and you suck and your kids are fucking, and that whole thing. And then I just chilled for a bit. Then I started like, hey, does Marty McFly's wife have any fucking sister? Like, what's going on here? Like, looking good. And then, like, you don't give a shit, and you're just sitting there. Like, yeah. Just, like, it'd be like a better town, whatever that fucking pedophile thing was. It would be like Annie's mom. It'd be pedos everywhere. It'd be like, well, there's no Annie Letterman. I think I'll chill here for a bit. Save that. No, her mom's gross. So I'd be like, oh, it's Annie Letterman's mom. And I'd say that every time. And she'd be like, why do you keep saying that? I'd be dressed so conspicuous. It'd be like, you don't even know. Like, you're really weird, man. And they don't even, like, you don't even talk like that yet. And she'd be like, my mind is so. And she'd try to go down on me since Annie wrong. I'd be like, no, 6 feet. Like the hand would go out, forehead, 6 feet. Yeah. Oh, I was stiff arm her mom if she tried to go down on me. I would. I'm not Whitney Cummings, like, oh, ugh. Like where I like, I don't know, 18 on weed or something, maybe. It wouldn't be her mom or anything, like some chick. They once in a blue moon. Like once in a while. Well, like far and few between too. Like, oh, it's some random shit. I'm just like that's happened before. Now I didn't like procure sluts like, oh, this would be wonderful. Let me invite me have them move in with me. Let's play on the internet together on Second Life. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm good. And come to think of it, one of them moved to California. Some chick that dove on it when I was 18, and she was not ugly physically. Not ugly, you know what I mean? It's better than worse. Like, she was like, what do you call it when they're all tonguey? She's like, I was like, yeah, the bitch dove on me. I was like, I'm only 18, and then she was, dude. She was in my like grade or something. I was like, this is just grade. And then I didn't jizz. I didn't come on her. Like she was, yeah. And I was like, you know what, lady? I think I just made out with her. And I did not. Oh, there was one time. Yeah, she was babysitting someplace on New Year's. Yeah, there was one time I probably would have interrupted by some stupid family. It's like something about I might not think or like something like there would have been some kind of fun with it. Like it was literally that was the point of me being over there. I was like, fuck you, I'm good into Boston. Fuck it, because it was like retards going in there. Like I'm just gonna go drink in Boston because it was like this is bored. Yeah, for first night, yeah, amazing. Off that car with a dog, so like everyone took the train into the car and go like, oh, there'll be booze, and I was like 18, so I'm like, okay, this seems like a worthwhile trip, and it really wasn't. And then when I got back, though, the hoe was like babysitting, anyway, I was like, I also told them to go by, and I did. And then like soon after, there was no conversation. Like those chicks, yeah, there were some chicks I didn't really talk too much, but like I would their mouths would be on mine. Which wasn't bad. It was just I didn't really had a lot of quality time with So like, I didn't treat those chicks like pieces of shit though, and I probably should have. Not really. They weren't worth it. Huh? No, I mean they're just boring. It wasn't their fault. That part. It's like some chicks are just boring, and I don't like hold that against them. Or myself. Facts, huh? Wait, facts though, and like were they more just more? And it's not like Hollywood more. Because that's just not more. That's less, and not in a good less. That's not in a good starving yourself counting calories list. It's like a Hollywood list. Like, wow. So like, well, I am like just so comfortably single. Like, why would I not be? You know what I mean? Like, what are you insane? It's like, oh, I'm supposed to. I wouldn't cyber Easter. Like, here's what I think of Annie Letterman. I'd cyber her friend Easter just to piss off Annie Letterman, and I wouldn't cyber Easter just to piss off Annie Letterman, but I'd do that before I had actual sex with Annie Letterman because she is very boring, and I find her completely unintelligible most times she's speaking in ways that are not force-fed to her. Take it. Yeah, boring. Like, I wouldn't even rape her. She's like,
My favorite thing about dreams is how she pretends to be enlightened and like be a witch.
Oh, what did you say that was racist? Wow, well, maybe because something's obviously not used. Ryan has been trolling for fucking hours. What is it? What why do you guys don't fucking die in the kitchen? Hell. Nah. Ew, you masturbated with spaghetti, dog? Ew, you're gross. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why are you harassing all the females? Oh, I need a cigarette.
Jessica said possibly a nigger. Hey, Ginger.
Jen, you masturbated with spaghetti, dog. I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna look at you differently. You say one thing and then you say no, and you go say another. I'm gonna look at you differently. I'm gonna look at you differently. You know, Spaghetti Dog shows up here like often, right?
Don't blow my spaghetti dog.
Who? And Dan, can I see your butt? I'll leak out my confession. Well, I already did that. Ha ha ha. My confession that I smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day. Honest. Slow. Someone call me slow. I don't realize that I'm slow until I listen to my own voice and then I do sound real slow.
A lot of
And yet I get treated like a homeless man. My whole family. Yeah, that's true. Not over here.
learning how to spot.
I'm in California. I'm only second generation here. My parents don't know the ropes. The first generation, they don't know the ropes. Well, apparently they do because where there is there's a prerogative like amongst races. If you know what I mean. What? Probably like a pizza store manager. Best I can do. No, I think I'm ADHD when it comes to math and just math. I said it when I was about 7 years old that I wanted a lot of jobs, and that stuck to me. I had a lot of jobs, which I got fired from. I'm built. It's just like I had no guidance growing up, none whatsoever, because my family's first generation. They think I'm just gonna go straight to a restaurant. There's just been not enough planning, you know. The first generation did fine, but the second generation, yeah. What do you get the top on?